that, like I said, in 20, 30 minutes or so, I can call you back, and is this number good, the one you called me from?
Yeah. I mean, that's cool, man. I mean, that's cool. I'll just go ahead and do something else with it. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay. So in this scenario, there's typically a few key rules you want to follow. Okay. So don't make it all about the numbers. Don't make it all about the house. That's the first thing. The second thing is he who speaks the most loses. Try to speak less. Now, I struggle with this myself, okay? But you always want to talk less. If you use CallRail or something like that, you can track your percentages, okay? Um, my observation there is that, yeah, you were nice. You built a little bit of rapport. Um, you made it a lot about the numbers. You made it a lot about the numbers and the condition of the home. And although you can get there, I really like an open-ended question like, okay, so what's got you looking to selling? Oh, I inherited the house. Oh, wow, I'm sorry. Okay, how long ago did you inherit it? I say, and then just like keep open-ended conversation. But hey, I want to get out offer. Hey, I really want to get you the best cash offer possible, but I'll need to ask you a few detailed, repetitive questions. I know they're boring. Apologize in advance. I just want to make sure I get you the best cash offer possible. Not, we're digging for gold, right? So not every seller is going to be a motivated seller. That's just reality. But the reality of it is if you make it too much about the house and too much about the numbers, you're not going to uncover pain, which is going to lead to the discount. Because it's a dance. So really the feedback on this call for you is I think you did good on building rapport. I think you want to practice asking more open-ended questions, make it less about the house, and figure out what the pains are. I don't think you necessarily managed it wrong. Um, I would also say that in that process of saying, hey, I want us to make sure that we're realistic here. I think you also want to offer, have you thought about listing it? Why not list it? You know,
Okay.
why have you thought about listing it? So whether you ask or you don't, these are all options that every seller has. Have you thought about listing it? Have you thought about renting it? Have you thought about fixing it yourself? Have you thought about not selling it? Why would you do if you don't sell it in 30 days? These are all key questions that you got to ask so that you can go ahead and uh, figure out if it's a fit. Because I don't want you to get over frustrated. There's always room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. But what I was saying is I don't want you to get frustrated like you're doing a horrible job. It's just maybe you just need to tweak some things to see if you can uncover more pain.
Got it.
Because that's the difference. If there's pain, they will sell at a discount. If there's no pain and they're unrealistic, then whatever. I mean, you're digging for gold. You know.
Yeah. So the only thing that kind of a little bit startled me was the seller in this situation was really wanting to move or talk really fast and get out of the call. Meaning, like he's like, okay, so give me a number, and like, okay, don't be asking me too many questions, kind of a thing. And I'm like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
trying to slow down, and he's like, okay, now just give me what I need.
So that brings a so you want to not imitate but understand people's different approaches. So there's four types of personality out there. There's the doers, they want to be results driven. They just want to get it done. You got to be able to not necessarily talk fast but understand that they're all about what's the process, how do I get there, what's the end result. I want this call to end as soon as possible. And you want to be as direct and upfront with them as possible as well. But then you got the sweet talkers and the ones that like to talk, and can take their time. If you talk to everybody the same way, you're going to you need to be it's like a sixth sense. You need to be able to understand what's their approach in general to life, like just by talking with them and seeing how they speak and seeing how they react, so that you can communicate in the same way. So you got
Mhm.
people that doesn't matter. It does not matter how good of a deal you give them. They're going to have to think about it. Those are your, these are analytical people. They're going to want to see spreadsheets. They're going to want to see all sorts of shit. But at the end of the day, it's going to be some sort of emotional process, and you need to understand how to interact with that person. If you're like, I'm a type A guy, I'm really like results driven. If you're just blabbing, I'm just going to hang up. Like, I have no patience whatsoever for people, And so it's like, if I get a type A guy and they call me and I'm like, hey, this is Joel with Move On. How can I help you today? Hey, man, I'm looking to get a cash offer for the house. Okay, great. What can you tell me about it? Like, just start, oh, blah, 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 blah. Okay, how fast do you want to close? Okay, blah, okay, okay. Have you considered selling it, like listing it? Or what options are you trying to do? You see how you can start uncovering more by just asking open-ended questions. Hey man, but I just want my offer. Hey, I'd love to get you the best offer possible. So, what have you tried so far?
Yeah, that's good.
You
Yeah,
know,
open
you're managing traffic, right? So work on that. Don't get shiny object syndrome. Try to. I think you did well with the rapport. I think you might just need to tweak a little bit about make it less about the house and the condition
yeah.
and like so robotic, and make it more, I would recommend adding that one question further up in your script, which is, okay, blah, 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 call me or whatever it says. Okay, so why are you looking to sell? What's got you looking into selling? Oh, I just want a cash offer. Okay, what have you tried so far? Have you tried listing it? Have you, what options are you looking into? The sooner you ask that versus just jumping into like, how many bedrooms, how many baths, what is the lot size, blah blah blah, does it have windows, is there a parrot, on the roof, the sooner you start asking that, the sooner you'll figure out if you might be able to serve them or not, and just have more laid back conversation. Additional tip is, if you don't have an agent that you work with, to do you have an agent that you send your retail leads to?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, listing, yeah.
Okay. So don't be afraid of asking that.
Yeah, good point.
Don't be afraid of asking that. There's no reason why you should be afraid of asking that. You're only damaging yourself. I love when I get these guys or these gals that are like, oh, I'll sell it to you for 190 and the house is worth 200. I was like, well, I mean, you're not gonna net 190 even if you sell it with the listing agent. So why would I pay you that? Why would I pay you that, right? Um, and so it just takes the pressure off your shoulders, and you can say like, hey, I don't know if this is a fit for us, so why don't I set you up an appointment with our listing agent? Have you thought about listing? And then they'll tell you, oh yeah, I tried listed, it didn't work, or oh yeah, I just don't want to deal with this shit. They'll tell you why. I mean, these are people, right? They'll tell you why.
So, I have a question. Well, they already called bunch of wholesalers, and do you ever ask them uh, anything more about that? Like, what did the other wholesalers say, or why didn't they go with them, or what number, or do you not care at all if they called like five wholesalers before us?
What was the last purchase you did, Sammy?
Uh,
What was the last purchase you did?
beginning of the month.
Hmm?
Beginning of the month.
Beginning of the month. No. Like, what was like when was the last time you purchased a car, or you purchased
Oh,
like you purchased something?
oh, oh! It's been 2 years.
2 years. Okay.
Yeah, car.
So a car. So you purchased a car 2 years.
Yeah.
So Do you like to shop a lot, like haggling between dealers?
No, I don't. Not anymore. I don't have time anymore. I used to spend too much, and it's not worth my time now. Because
So the guy that you bought the car from, why did you buy the car from him or her?
oh, just his personality. I talked to him over the phone. He said, "Man, come on in and let me show you everything. And why don't we go for a little drive? You don't like it? No issues, man. We'll just shake hands, bring a cup of coffee, and if you want to bring your wife, no problem. Just bring them." And so I like that kind of quick, easy, no pressure, no haggle, hassle kind of a thing. That's just my personality. I mean,
Most people don't like to haggle, and you see that your response to my question was, "I like the guy. He was no stress." He didn't ask you coming into the door, "Hey, what did the other dealer tell you about your shopping experience?"
okay,
I'm
got
talking
it.
to you. Why are we, I'm talking to you. I mean, if you can get my problem solved and I don't feel that I'm being sold on, people like to buy, people don't like to be sold on. So, being the person that you can, hey, this is a Mr. Seller, Miss Seller, this is a no stress, no hassle type of conversation. We're just trying to figure out together whether or not we're a fit or not. So we're standing shoulder to shoulder. This is not a you and me thing, you versus me. We're standing shoulder to shoulder. So, bottom line is that should be your goal. That they feel that is no pressure, that they feel that they're not being sold on. Who cares what other wholesalers told them? Yeah, you put that in your wording, and that's like a mindset thing that you got. Like, hey, we don't do a lot of showings. Hey, like, we're direct buyers. I mean, that's cool and all if you want to like put it in there, but don't make other people or other factors the focus on the conversation. It's like, what do you want to sell? We're just having a relaxed conversation amongst friends to figure out whether or not I can help or not.
Okay, got it. No, that's good. That's
Yeah,
awesome, man.
yeah, cool, man. So I think our time is up.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you, submitting that over. And was this helpful?
Oh, very helpful. Thank you, Joel. No, not being on the other side of this cross too many times, and this was a little bit eye-opening for me, I would say.
Awesome, awesome. Well, if you don't mind, share something in the group, maybe something that you learned, and that way we can inspire other people to maybe book some of these, and helps me to try and figure out what you guys are thinking and what you guys are wondering in your head, and seeing if we can help other folks there in the group. So for sure, man. So hopefully this was useful. Try to focus on being a beast on acquisitions through relationship building. Don't make it much about the house, or don't make it much about
Yeah.
other people. We're just having a couch conversation between friends to figure out if this is a fit or if it's not a fit. At the end of the day, sellers will do what they want to do.
Right.
They're gonna do what they want to do. So you don't need to put that additional stress in your shoulders. You need to start looking, though, is your marketing effective? That's a whole different conversation. You could be a beast in acquisitions, but if the marketing that you're generating is not great, you're just going to be banging yourself against the wall.
Yeah.
Some selling has to be done with the marketing, but that's a conversation for a whole nother day,
Okay.
for a whole nother day, right?
No, thank you. Thank you, man, Joel.
Cool. I'm glad it was helpful, man. We'll catch you on the other side, brother.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. And yes, I will update with it.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye-bye.